If there's one thing a good Shorty villain would never pass up, it's the opportunity to frame a nemesis.
How's the new Bosco getting on?
Oh, she's managing.
Oh, you're well out of here, Ruth. She's throwing a weight round something shocking.
Let's go and have that coffee and catch up.
A random drug test policy from new clinic director Julia Thornton stoked resistance among the staff and provided an opportunity for nurse Carla Crozier to frame her sister Ellen.
Ladies, this is Mike Lovett, who's doing the drug testing for us. Ellen Crozier, Marjorie Brash, Waverley Wilson. Hi. Now, I assume I can trust you all to give me your full cooperation.
Assume away.
I beg your pardon, what was that, Marjorie?
Dr. Thornton, you may have the theatres running on time, but the staff won't take this sort of indignity lying down.
Thank you for your opinion.
It wasn't so much an opinion, more of a warning, really.
I issue the warnings here. This way, Mike.
Let me get it while it's hot.
Smells superb.
You shouldn't have.
Oh, no trouble. You've been working hard all day.
Is Minnie not joining us?
Oh, she's at Lulu's.
Oh, it's nice to see those two friends again. That one's Ellen's. This one's yours.
Oh.
Got to feed you up. Ellen and I have to watch our weight.
What is this divine delicacy?
It's called the Crozier Surprise. Actually, it's beef curry. Thought I'd try something a little different.
Did you buy some coriander?
And some lemongrass, and anything else I could find, really. Is it okay?
It's delicious.
Eat up, then. Busy girl like you, got to keep your strength up.
I assume this tardiness is some form of civil disobedience. Good on you.
Hardly. I slept through my alarm.
Yes, you do look a bit bleary-eyed.
Well, half asleep.
Not a good example for your staff, Ellen. Thank you, Mike.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know
I
how
was
it happened.
beginning to get worried about you. Thought you might be sick or something.
Oh, thank you for your concern. If you excuse me, I have to go and take handover.
Don't worry, it's already done.
How very efficient.
She's never been much of a morning person.
I suppose this was your idea, Richard.
This
Random drug testing, punishment for failing the team-building exercises.
drug testing.
Or a straining into a test tube supposed to boost staff morale.
It's all a bit of a storm in a teacup, so to speak.
Oh, really? And I suppose in the corporate 90s, workers' rights and individual dignity are also storms and teacups?
Thank you for your opinion, Marge.
You never mentioned anything to me,
Why should I?
so I could have kindly but firmly advised against it.
Well, it's easy for you. You don't have to deal with this lot. Absenteeism, bickering, sloppiness. I don't think the camp helped a bit.
And forcing people to pee in a jar will.
I am not forcing them.
Oh, no?
I'm trying to identify problem areas.
Can't you see you're creating more problems?
By having a drug-free staff.
By being so inconsistent. Last week it was team building and happy families. This week it's urine samples.
Oh, excuse me. Anyway, most of the staff have already given their consent.
It didn't sound like that to me. Was that your impression, Jenny? That the staff are right behind Julia's little tests?
I've been a bit flat tack lately. Haven't noticed much either way.
You don't have to bother being polite. Jenny has disassociated herself with the whole thing, and that is up to her.
I
want to give our patients the care they deserve, and that requires efficient, reliable staff.
Hey, do you think Julia will remember come contract time?
Do I think she means what she says? Unfortunately, yes, I do.
Still, you've got nothing to worry about, Ellie. You're the clean living sort.
Yeah, but it's the principle of the thing. I thought you were against random drug testing.
I am, but it's inevitable, really, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know about...
Crozier, paging Ellen Crozier. The totalitarian regime of Julia Thornton requires you, invites you, to appear for her lackey, who is waiting to subject you to all manner of gross indignities and violations of privacy.
The voice of the oppressed. Go much.
I urge you to resist at all costs the contract blackmail behind these measures. If the workers stand together, we shall not be defeated.
Sounds like the revolution's over. Wish me luck.
Oh, as if you'll need it, Helen.
I was merely expressing an opinion.
Over the public address system.
Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, Marjorie, I have a very big problem with that.
What you're putting your workers through is unforgivable, and legally you don't have a leg to stand on.
What is unforgivable is your attempt to sabotage a legitimate employee health program. Nobody is interested in your opinion, so keep them off the airwaves.
I wonder what the union would think about that.
I wonder.
Miss Crozier, you ready to give to the cause?
It's a drug test, not a telethon.
Does your mother know what you do for a living?
Oh, that's enough.
It's all right, Marge.
It's not all right. A person's fluids are their own.
Oh, shut up. Thank you, Carla. We'll discuss the arrangements in the morning.
I look forward to it. Can this wait, Julia?
I'm afraid not.
Is this something to do with Carla?
Only indirectly. She'll be taking over your duties as acting director of nursing from tomorrow.
What?
I've had no choice but to suspend you.
On what grounds?
Are you honestly surprised, Ellen?
On what grounds, Julia? Because I spoke my mind, or was it my messy desk?
Neither. It was your drug test.
What?
You tested positive for cannabis.
There has obviously been some mistake. There is no way in the world I could have tested positive.
The THC test can detect traces ingested weeks, even months previously.
I have never smoked marijuana in my life. They've obviously switched my results with someone else's.
You're quite sure about it?
Yes. I want a second test done.
Very well. Mike's still in the building. We can have the lab results in a day or two. In the meantime, I think it's best you take some time off.
Suspension.
I'll take no official action until we hear from the lab again. You realise what a difficult position I'm in.
Oh, Ellie, I'm so sorry.
Hi, heard you're off sick. Is there anything I can do? Take Minnie for a few days, do some shopping?
No, that's not necessary.
It's okay, really, I don't mind a bit.
I said no.
Touch of the flu, was it?
Sorry I snapped. Come in, Jolly. Want to know why I'm really at home?
Of course.
I have been ordered to take some time off. I tested positive for marijuana.
What?
That's what I said.
You? Mm-hmm. That's outrageous. You're the straightest person in town.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You know what I mean. It's ridiculous. They've stuffed up.
I know.
So get tested again pronto and rub their noses in it.
Already being done. I can run my life without you, thank you.
Of course you can. When the results come through.
They're letting me know. Meantime, I have to sit here and twiddle my thumbs.
No, you don't.
What?
The testing was voluntary. The result hasn't been proved yet, and it's obviously not going to be proved. I know you can run your own life, but if I were you, I'd get right back in there and hurry them along.
You think that would serve some purpose?
Julia's got no right to push you around like this. Push back.
I'm sorry, Julia. I can't believe that.
It surprised me too. A lot.
You're already concerned about staff morale. Handling this the wrong way could send it plummeting.
But I can't be seen to do nothing.
Perhaps, but...
Oh, can you get that? Oh, Alan, come in.
I'll get back to the budgets.
Julia, I'm here to work. This semi-suspension is ridiculous.
I wish it was.
No, it is. I don't see why I should be forced to wait for the second test. It'll clear me, and that'll be that.
I've just received the results.
Well, there you are, then. I believe I'm entitled to an apology.
Unfortunately, it confirmed the original test.
What?
Great care was taken not to misidentify your second sample. There's no doubt that it contains THC. I'm afraid I have to suspend you until further notice. If you are prepared to undergo drug counselling, we can reassess the situation further down the track.
He's named Maddie, short for Madam Butterfly.
Hi.
Hi, good day?
Okay. Why'd you take the day off?
I wanted to do some shopping.
And you played hooky for that?
Yep.
But you hate shopping.
Well, I needed a mental health day.
Show me what you bought.
Oh, I didn't buy anything in the end. I just went window shopping.
I heard you've been sacked for smoking dope at work.
Who told you that?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
What matters is that you lied to me.
I know. I'm sorry. Did you believe it?
I don't think so. But it was a big shock.
Yeah, for you and me both. It's bizarre.
What really happened?
Well, they were doing random drug tests at work and mine tested positive.
That is so dumb.
I know. I had a second test and that was positive as well.
It can't have been, can it?
Well, I really don't know what the problem is. But it's going to be sorted. It has to.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I suppose I was trying to protect you.
Mum, you're the one who needs protection. Sometimes you're just so naive. Why didn't anyone believe her? She's never even tried marijuana.
Are you sure? Parents tell you a lot of bull about their saintly pasts, you know. I bet she's an old hippie or something.
Carla, you believe Mum, don't you, that she wasn't on drugs?
She told you.
James says Ellen was suspended because she's a drug addict.
Addict's probably going a little bit too far. I think it's great you're supporting her in this, Minnie. She needs non-judgmental people on her side.
Your mum's just as bad. If she'd have told a good lie, she wouldn't have got caught in the first place.
How could you lie your way around a drug test?
Easy. I know the test was positive, but it wasn't my fault. I was at this party last night, see, and they were passing around this chocolate cake. So I had a huge piece. Then the room started to spin, and everybody was laughing and giggling. Then I realised I'd been drugged.
That was really good.
Call it a gift.
Sorry we couldn't get you a ticket.
Already got one. Told Julia I needed some cash for a music project. Hey, it was almost true.
That is wicked.
Oh, good, you're here. At last, we can clear this up.
What's happened?
We finally know how you came to test positive.
Did someone switch the results?
No, you tested positive, all right. You were Mickey Finned, if you can do that with food.
What?
Someone put cannabis into something you ate.
Who would do such a stupid thing?
Good question. Perhaps we should ask the person responsible.
I don't understand. What's Minnie got to do with all of this?
Well, according to your daughter, she fed you some marijuana without you knowing it.
That is ridiculous.
It's true. Remember when I made you those cookies last week?
What cookies?
You know, I was in a snap with you because you didn't like me seeing boys. So I thought it'd be funny if I put a bit of drugs in them.
So you're saying this was a practical joke?
Yeah, look, I know it was really stupid.
Just a minute, Minnie. Ellen, do you believe this story?
Not for a second. She wouldn't know where to get the stuff for a start.
Yes, I do.
All right. Where did you get it?
Well, I got it from...
Minnie?
James gave it to me.
James?
Yeah, he was the one who gave me the idea in the first place.
Now listen here.
It's all right, Ellen. This is starting to make rather hideous sense.
You wait till I get you home. How many times have I told you to stay away from drugs?
It was a joke.
Ellen, I owe you an apology.
It seems that if anyone should be apologising, it is Madam here.
You'll be able to resume your duties, of course, whenever you like.
Can we talk about this later?
Certainly.
First, I need to deal with my daughter.
Geoff! I've been expecting you to get in contact all day.
So right.
No, damn well that's right. Was that bloody agreement?
In 2003, both Victor Kahu and Dom Thompson had reason to feud with Geoff Greenlaw.
Am I interrupting something?
Not at all. How's it going, Dom?
Victor. Hi, Geoff. Piss off.
Promised Dan I'd check up on him.
I've just come to collect some of Delphi's things.
And I better report back. And try and get that bottle off of me.
So when he was found dead, it was a mystery who was to blame.
What do you mean you're here to get Delphi stuff? Delphi doesn't feel safe around here, Geoff. Apparently you're yelling at her, throwing stuff.
Crap.
So she's going to stay at my place until...
Oh, like hell she is.
She doesn't feel safe here.
Well, she's got more sense than to stay with you.
Hey, it's not my idea, it's hers. She's asked me to pick up some of her school stuff.
You just leave her stuff. You ain't go and get her or I'll call the cops.
She is there of her own free will.
You go and get her.
Geoff! Look at yourself.
Somebody there? Tama?
Hey, I wish Geoff called or left a note or something, eh?
Not his style. Anyway, his Jeep's still in the car park, so he can't have gone far. And when he does show his face, I'm gonna let him have it. He won't know what's hit him.
Oh, get in line. Hey, you better get out there before Nick throws a tansy, eh?
Yeah, don't want him thinking I'm as bad as my no-good brother. Nick will want to know what to take off the specials board. Remember, it's that black thing we hang above the counter.
Don't come in here.
Why not?
The food.
I'm gonna infect it or something? What's up?
Look, just get out of here. You know I don't like it when people watch me work, okay?
What's going on?
Just go, okay?
Hey!
Delphi,
What?
don't!
What is it?
But 6 months later, the police decided, wrongly as it would turn out, that Victor was their man.
Let's get this straight. You've suddenly remembered that on the night of Geoff Greenlaw's murder, you weren't out drinking with Rex Traherne after all. Instead, you were in a motel with Lee Mei Chen.
That's right. And I haven't suddenly remembered. I gave a false statement.
Why?
I was cheating on my wife. I didn't want her to find out. Rex felt the same way, that's why he agreed to cover.
And then he changed his mind.
Rex is responsible for the building collapse that killed Dan. He knew I'd push to have him charged.
Oh, yes, your payback theory. So your reason for visiting Rex today?
To see him about the stories he's been telling you. I saw him with Dominic Thompson.
You do know what this looks like, don't you?
What, I knocked him off because he changed the story on me? I didn't.
Oh, I don't know, Dr. Kahu. False statements, another dead body. I think we're going to have to go through everything again. Very slowly and very carefully.
Hey, mate.
Busy.
I heard you're going to talk to the police this afternoon.
This place? Everyone knows everyone else's business.
This does kind of affect me, too.
All I know is I want this stupid interview to be over as soon as possible.
Yeah, wait. This is important.
Just say what you have to say and then we get back to work.
I want to make sure that you're going to tell the police what really happened that night.
That you wanted sex and took me to a sleazy motel to have it.
However you want to say it. As long as the cops know that I was with you when Geoff was attacked, then I'm in the clear.
And when was this?
Well, I don't know exactly. Around midnight. But I was still with you. I woke you up. We talked. That's all you have to say.
You woke me up and left.
Yeah. And I went straight home. Got a pizza on the way. Thomas saw me come in.
And what about before that? Before you woke me? How do I know you were there the whole time?
Well, you don't.
Were you?
All right, I couldn't sleep. I went out for a walk, but I was back in the motel before anything could have happened to Geoff. You do know how much is riding on you getting this right.
I'm telling the police the truth. That I'm a bit vague about times.
Isn't it easier if you just say that I was with you?
Easier for who? It's certainly not easy for me, Victor. Going near you was the biggest mistake, and if I could pretend that it didn't happen, I'd be quite happy. He picked me up from the hospital. I got in his car and we went straight to the motel. I stayed all night.
And did Dr. Kahu stay the whole night?
No, he went home sometime after midnight.
You sure about that? The time?
I was sleeping. I remember him waking me and saying that we should go.
What time was that?
Excuse me. Lee, how'd you go?
It was awful. That woman made me feel cheap.
And about the interview? My alibi?
What now? Oh, what more do you want? I've already told you everything I know.
I'm not here to speak to you. Dr. Kahu, I'd like you to come with me to the station.
Okay, but can I finish my shift first? We're flat out.
I'd like you to come now.
Look, if you need me to answer any more questions, we could always go to my exam. What's going on?
We can discuss it at the station.
Look, tell me now. You spoke to Lee May. What did she say to you?
I'm giving you one more chance to come willingly, Dr. Kahu.
What?
Or we'll have to use force.
Force? What are you talking about?
Victor Kahu, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of Geoffrey Greenlaw. You have the right to refrain from making a statement. You have the right to consult and instruct a lawyer in private and without delay. Do you understand those rights?
You won't believe what
I've heard. It's insane, but I've heard.
Listen to this, you guys. After 6 months, police have made an arrest for the murder of Ferndale publican and Dr. Geoff Greenlaw. It talks about the murder, but doesn't say who they've arrested.
Name suppression.
Which is only fair.
It'll come out when he goes to trial, if not before. There were a lot of people in ED when he was arrested. He was wearing a name badge.
And heaps of us know who he is.
We know nothing. And who are you to say it will go to trial? Who are you to say it's not some terrible mistake?
Because I have faith in the police, I suppose. It's taken them 6 long months to get to this.
And let's face it, they don't go crashing around making arrests without good reason.
They don't always get it right either. Everyone knows that.
That girl will be late for her own funeral.
Can you turn this up, please?
Almost a mile away. A high-profile Kiwi doctor arrested here for murder and granted name suppression has been named on an overseas website. This report from Annalise King.
Just days ago, police finally made an arrest in the case of the so-called Ferndale Chiller killer. Legal restrictions prevent all New Zealand media from naming the alleged murderer, but not so across the Tasman. The man's name is now only a click away for anyone with internet access to this Australian tabloid's website.
So you've seen it?
I can't believe it. What a disaster.
I'd love to get my hands on the mongrel who leaked my name. This could cost me everything.
I know.
It has to be someone in the building. No one else knows I've been charged.
Well, if you ask me...
And by this afternoon, the media will be crawling all over me and my family. It's not right.
It's the last thing I expected. I swore to the DHB the identity would not get out. Shortland Street would not be involved.
You're worried about that when my name's been smeared all over the world press?
Oh, yeah, of course. My first concern is with you.
So, you've already heard?
Hasn't everyone? Practically ran the gauntlet getting up here.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you want to lay a wager on who's been running off with the mouth?
My $5 is on Dom. Should have heard him going on to Avril.
He gets my money too.
Why? Why would he do this to me?
Hey, it's me. Just finished the meeting with the lawyers. Sorry I went on so long. You know how these things are.
I'll see you soon.
When Chris saw a woman he knew, Phoenix's teacher, in danger, he didn't hesitate to get involved.
Go away, I'm fine.
I don't think so.
How many times do you have to hear it? Leave her alone!
It was a decision that he would come to regret.
Get in the car.
Sorry, Chris.
I said get in the car!
One that threatened his freedom and his relationship with Phoenix.
Give me that! You need to see a doctor. That cut needs medical attention.
When are you gonna learn, mate? She's trouble.
No, no!
Haley, it's Chris!
Get out! After I've seen Haley, I want to know she's okay.
You've got a nerve.
I knocked on the door. No one answered.
Anyone else would have taken a hint.
Where is she?
Plan on scaring her?
Me. That's rich. All right. I just want to see her.
Can I stay here tonight?
What, are things really that bad with your old man?
Don't be him now, making me to come home. This is weird.
Who's H? Harry?
Haley, it has to be.
Call the cops. I would.
Call the cops on my own father?
Yeah, why not? You hate his guts anyway.
What have you done with Phoenix? Jasmine?
Well, I told him you were having a party. You probably scared him away.
Well, it's your party too.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, where are you? Sorry, I had to go.
Where?
I'm with Rachel now.
Did you tell her about the text?
Yeah, it's all sorted.
What do you mean it's all sorted?
I'll call you. I gotta go.
Oh. Oh. Phoenix, what are you doing here? I'm gonna need your help. Hayley! She's lost a lot of blood, but she still has a pulse.
I'll call an ambulance.
Or maybe it'd be better in the car. No, that's no good. Mate, it's not what it looks like. I'll explain later, but right now, we need to stop the bleeding. Give me a jacket.
I need an ambulance. Straight to recess.
Right, matter. You too. Okay, grab a side. On my count. 1, 2, 3. What happened?
Hit on the head with a blunt instrument, penetrating injury to her abdomen. She's hypovolemic.
Okay, 2 flash yourself, mate. Cross-match 4 units and put it in another line. I'll call a fast medical theatre.
Wait, get a stretcher now, please.
What were you both doing at Hayley's house? That's what I want to know. Anybody?
I saw Hayley with Drew. It was just after I called you. Her face was a mess already. She was terrified. He pushed her into the car.
So you followed them home?
Well, if I had my cell, I would have called the cops. I didn't tell you that, but Drew took exception to me showing an interest, so he tried to trash my phone. That didn't work, so he took it with him.
And what was the plan? Knock on the door and, please, sir, can I have my phone back?
I just wanted to check that Hayley was okay. No one answered when I knocked, and I heard her screaming.
So you broke in, you idiot.
Drew was there, foaming at the mouth. No sign of Hayley, but he said she was in the next room, so I turned around to try and find her, and... well, then I can't remember. I must have been hit over the head. I woke up on the floor next to Hayley. It took me a minute to work out what had happened. And then Phoenix was there.
Tell her about the piece of wood.
What?
There was a piece of wood in his hands. It was covered in blood.
And?
It looked like he'd killed her.
Hey, nobody's killed anybody yet, okay?
The chances aren't good, though, are they?
We're doing everything we can.
The sooner I get out of your way, the better.
Hey, you know the rules. You're knocked over the head. You need to be observed for 4 hours. We'll admit you for the night.
Come on, I need to talk to the cops.
They're on their way. Let's get you sorted first.
I want to talk to you too.
Well, that's impossible. If Drew was in Tokoroa, he must have set a land speed record to get there. He was with Hayley tonight. He attacked her. I heard it happen.
But you didn't see it.
He was there. I talked to him.
You've had quite a blow to the head. Are you sure you're not getting confused?
Yeah, who was it that gave me the blow to the head?
Your son's got a theory on that. Hayley had a go at you first, then you hit back. Harder than you meant to, maybe. Then Phoenix turned up, and you had no choice but to play the doctor.
That's not what happened.
I have to admit, it's a bit of a stretch. A tiny weak thing like Hayley taking you on. Much more plausible to blame the abusive partner. The only flaw in that scenario being he was halfway down the island at the time.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping an open mind. Talk to Hayley when she's out of theatre. She'll tell you the truth.
I'll be doing that, of course.
I love you. I want you to know that. Remember that.
Rachel?
Do you understand me?
What's happened?
Hayley died a few minutes ago.
Christopher Alexander Warner, I'm arresting you for the murder of Hayley Jane O'Neill. You have the right to consult and instruct a lawyer without delay, and you have the right not to make a statement. But anything you do say may harm your defence in a court of law. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you have the right to have one appointed for you by the police without charge.
The police are apparently satisfied with the alibi of the murdered woman's ex-partner. They are also satisfied with the evidence against Chris. Yes, it's circumstantial, but there is a great deal of it.
Are you saying he might be found guilty?
I'm saying your son's statement is a disaster. Phoenix is effectively a police witness.
So what can we do to fix that?
My first job is to ensure Chris makes bail. At the trial, we need only introduce sufficient doubt to get an acquittal.
Will this really go to trial?
Short of a miracle, yes. But as I said, the police have to prove guilt. So what we have to do is to persuade the jury that Phoenix didn't see what he thinks he saw.
How much longer is the judge going to be?
As long as it takes. He's heard Lawrence's side of the story, and now he has to decide if that's good enough to let your dad come home. Doesn't usually take this long, does it?
It is a high-profile case, so standard timeframes don't really apply. Perhaps he's giving the facts another once-over, making sure he's got everything lined up properly.
Phoenix.
All stand.
Thank you for your patience. Please be seated. Having considered the information given by the defendant's counsel and from the police, I've reached a decision. Bail is denied on the grounds there is a risk the defendant may interfere with witnesses, evidence, and court proceedings pertaining to his case. Christopher Alexander Warner, you will be held in remand until your trial date, which is yet to be decided.
Your Honour, please, it is unreasonable to
That
expect...
is my ruling.
What's happening?
It's okay, honey. We're gonna fix this, aren't we?
Yes, I don't know what happened.
No.
Dad!
Here.
And that's our Shorty Selects for this time. Be sure to like the video and subscribe for even more Shortland Street from the archives.